Hey chess fans, what's going on? Welcome to round 8 of my coverage of Tata Steel and Levon Aronian's games. This is a key moment from his game against Anish Giri. Is it Giri or Giri? I actually don't know. I think Giri, but who knows? Somebody please teach me. Anyway, it was white to play here. White played the move rook to b6. And it's clear that white has the advantage because he's attacking the d6 pawn and the a6 pawn, and white is going to win a pawn. So my key question to you, pause your video and figure out what you would do to defend with black here, because this is a very important concept. Alright, so I'm going to show now. So if you're not ready, pause, keep thinking. But if you are ready, just listen to what I say. So we have an interesting situation here where we can maintain material equality, or we can try to, with a move like, actually d5 doesn't even quite do it, because he can go rook to d6, the more I think about it. I was thinking though also he could take on a6, and now our idea would be rook c4, rook c4 to win the d pawn. But believe it or not, this position is very perilous for black after simply rook to b7 in this position. Now, the material is totally even. However, white has the further passed pawn, and these rooks are super active. We're threatening rook a6, followed by rook takes f7. And basically, the key to the position is that white has the active rooks. If you just analyze it, you'll see that black has really no good way to extricate himself here. And rook a8 followed by rook takes f7 is coming, and this pawn is faster than this one. The key move for black that must be played is you must go for rook activity. Rook to c2, an absolutely crucial move. And the idea now is if rook takes a6, rook to e2. The only way white can defend the 7th rank is rook to f1, and then something like rook to a2, and this should be an easy draw. Whenever you have two rooks in the endgame and one of your opponent's rooks is sitting there defending, it's usually worth a pawn. White's just not going to be able to make any progress here because without the f1 rook. And unfortunately, the f1 rook's not going anywhere anytime soon. And we can play moves like rook to d2, try and capture in d4, and then try and win a pawn. So rook c2 was a crucial defensive move. Rook to d3 was played. The idea is to defend on the f3 square after rook to e2. Black played g5. H3. I mean, his idea now actually is like if takes, something like potentially g4 followed by rook e1, rook c1, and after king g2, rook to g1 checkmate. So white actually stopped that with h3. Black played h5. Rook f3, g4, take, rook f4. He's just trying to get rid of the double rook. So now at least he doesn't have to worry about the rooks doubled in the second rank all the time, and white's still going to win a pawn. However, after rook a2, rook takes, king g7, thinking about king activity, which is also very important. King to g6, again willing to sacrifice this pawn in order to get his king to f5. Now black would be down 2 pawns, but he's attacking this, and the position's okay. In fact, this is what happened. White played a6, black took on f4. White checked, the king went back. And notice, by the way, the rook is perfectly placed behind the passed pawns. Exactly what Siegbert Tarrasch said in the 1800s or early 1900s, rooks belong behind passed pawns. After rook to b6, he just brought his king back to f4, d5, king e5, d6, king e6, king g3, f5, and white just has trouble making any progress here. This rook is tying down this king to the f2 pawn. It's attacking this pawn so the rook can't move, and this king is attacking this pawn. It's just, white can't really do anything here. In the game, he played d7 check with rook f6, but this doesn't help. The idea is now if rook takes, we can just take this pawn, and it's a theoretical draw. Just rook and pawn against rook. If the king's cut off a little more, it can be tough, but the king is close enough to the pawn where it's just a theoretical draw. More information on endgames like this can be found in like Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual, a fantastic book. But King e7 was played, Rook h6, King f7, and they just agreed to a draw. King f7 is crucial. White actually has maybe a winning threat. Yeah, White is threatening a win. So let's say I play something like this. A7 wins the game immediately. This is an important motif. And he was just hoping for this trick. Because if rook takes pawn, rook h7, and if king f7, rook to h8, and again, if rook takes pawn, rook h7. This trick comes up a decent amount. It's very important to be aware of it. And Aronian he played king f7, and now the point is, if a7, we can just play king to g7, and there's no room to make any skewers on the h-file. So, accurate defense from Aronian. The annotations made it, the annotators on the internet made it sound a lot easier than it was. A lot of players would lose that endgame. It's not as simple. I think ChessBase was like, oh, Aronian was a little worse, but never in any danger. But it's really not that simple. You have to find some accurate moves, and a lot of masters, IMs, I don't know if I would have held that position, and I'm pretty decent at chess. So, whenever you read something like that, you have to be careful. And not take it at too much face value. And you have to realize that it's easy. Maybe Aronian was never in danger, but I'm sure he was a little nervous, and most players aren't Aronian. So these games are not easy to draw, and they should be examined. His technique, his key moves that he uses to draw those games need to be thought about and not just kind of glossed over. I don't blame the annotators, really. There's a lot of important games going, much more exciting ones than this. But as a chess fan and somebody who's trying to learn, you should figure out why he draws this game so easily. Because I guarantee you, most random masters are not going to just draw a 2700 player in this endgame down a pawn. Very easy to lose. Thanks, guys, for watching. And Aronian's doing very well. Still, I think he has 6 out of 8 at this point. So, fantastic result. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.